If you're watching Warfield Prepper Chronicles, you're here for real history applied to real survival. Before we dive in, make sure you're subscribed and drop a like so this research keeps reaching the people who actually use it. Now, let's get straight to the point. The old-world cooling method that kept families alive during the Depression and still outperforms many modern electric setups when used correctly. The method starts with understanding evaporative cooling, as Americans used it during the Depression. During the 1930s, rural homes across the Southwest relied on a simple principle. When water evaporates, it pulls heat away. People maximized this effect using materials they already had: cotton feed sacks, burlap, canvas, clay containers, and shaded airflow paths. Unlike today's electric swamp coolers, this didn't involve motors or fans unless someone rigged a hand crank. It was passive, reliable, and workable even in brutal heat waves. The core of the method was layering wet, breathable fabric in the path of incoming air. As the breeze pushed through the damp cloth, the temperature inside dropped significantly, often by 10 degrees or more. The simplest version involved hanging wet cloth over outside-facing window frames. Homeowners draped burlap in double layers, securing the top edge so it couldn't flap. They kept a tin bucket or clay jug above the cloth with a slow drip, sometimes made by punching a nail-sized hole in the bottom. As water trickled down, the fabric stayed soaked without wasting water. This created a continuous curtain of evaporation. The incoming air cooled as it passed through that moist barrier and filled the room with a steady draft of lower temperature airflow. You can apply this today by using modern canvas old towels, wool blankets, or agricultural burlap. In a grid-down scenario, you can drive a drip using a pierced bottle or even a cloth wick running from a basin above the window. If you live in a dry climate, the effect can rival a small electric AC. If you're trying to cut your electricity bill, run your AC on lower intervals and rely on this setup for the bulk cooling during mornings and evenings. Families also used clay containers to cool entire rooms. When you soak unglazed clay, water seeps to the outer surface and evaporates slowly, pulling heat from the surrounding air. People placed these large clay vessels, wrapped them in wet cloth, and set them in open windows or cross-ventilation paths. This acted as a cold mass that naturally lowered the room's temperature. You can replicate this with terracotta planters. Soak them, wrap them with wet cotton, and place them where air passes through. In a prepper homestead, this works well inside root cellars, sheds, and temporary living spaces when power is unreliable. Depression-era homes often had exterior shade created with wooden slats vines or cloth tarps. This reduced radiant heat before it reached the walls. Pairing shade with evaporative cooling amplified the effect dramatically. In modern use, add shade cloth above the window where your wet fabric hangs, or use a porch overhang or tarp. Every degree you stop from entering is a degree you don't have to cool. Historians respect methods that survived hardship. This one did. Test it, refine it, and keep it in your prepper toolkit. If this added value to your research and your readiness, subscribe, share the video, and help keep these historical survival methods alive.